The Mach 5 is ready for some racing action with today's game, Virtua Racing Deluxe for your Sega 32X. So let's go ahead and take Virtua Racing Deluxe, pop it in my 32X and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Virtua Racing Deluxe was published by Sega and came out in 1994. It is based on the 1992 arcade game, although it has 2 new additional tracks and offers 2 additional cars, a stock car and a prototype car. Virtua Racing Deluxe is a polygonal racing game for either 1 or 2 players via split screen. It offers 3 difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. According to the manual, you cut into the pack of jostling, screaming cars and thread your way through. The terrain whips by as you accelerate hard down the first straightaway, competing with the other drivers for the best position heading into turn 1. A car cuts you off, and as you fight to get past, you enter the turn too fast. Your car swings wide, the ground tilts wildly as you skid up the bank, dangerously close to the edge of the track. You save yourself from a spin, but you're drifting toward the wall, and another car is coming up fast behind you. Can you avoid both in time to keep your car from flipping end over end, completely out of control? When the game starts, you can choose your car and if you want manual or automatic transmission. You can then choose if you want to do a standard race, time attack mode, versus mode, look at the records, or head into the options menu to change the difficulty, do a sound test, and customize the controls. For the standard controls, left and right steer, up and down shifts if you're using manual transmission, A brakes, B accelerates, and when you're using a 3-button controller, C cycles the view. Or when using a 6-button controller, X, Y, Z, and C go to specific viewpoints. There are 4 total viewpoints ranging from behind the wheel all the way to a bird's eye view. In the standard race, you have a limited amount of time to hit various checkpoints throughout the race. The race ends either once you complete it or if you run out of time. If you do well enough, your record will be temporarily recorded until you turn the system off. You can also see an instant replay of your work. Graphically speaking, while groundbreaking at the time, I'm afraid the game hasn't aged that well, and the limited draw distance can hinder your race. Also, while the behind the wheel view is cool looking when going straight, it gets very choppy whenever you turn. I will say that I enjoy the pit stop animations, but in this game, pit stops are pretty pointless and mostly a waste of time. Sound and music wise, the game has some nice sounds and voice samples, but the music is pretty limited, and it only shows up in small amounts when you hit a checkpoint. It would have been nice if it played throughout the whole race. Family friendly wise, the game received a kids to adult rating when it was released, which would be like getting an E for everyone rating today. At the time of my research on eBay including shipping, loose copies were going for $7 to $12, complete copies sold for $10 to $20, and 1 new copy sold for $50. So what did I think of Virtua Racing Deluxe? While it can offer some fun and it improves on the Genesis version by offering more cars and tracks, I'm afraid it hasn't aged very well. The driving felt slippery, and the limited draw distance made driving tracks frustrating until I got more acquainted with them. And the game is pretty tough, even on easy. You pretty much have to run a perfect race to win. But as I got used to the driving and the tracks, I did have more fun with the game, and I could see myself playing it again, although maybe not as much as some other 32X games or racers on other systems. So where am I going to rank Virtua Racing Deluxe on the 32X? It's going to be very close to World Series Baseball at the 3 position. World Series Baseball is easier to play, but since it takes so long to complete a game in World Series Baseball, I think I'd rather take on some more races in Virtua Racing Deluxe. So out of the 5 games I'm now ranked on the 32X, Virtua Racing Deluxe is pit stopping into the 3 position. Time hasn't been too kind to Virtua Racing Deluxe, but it can still be fun playing every now and then. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe and follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. At this time, I'd like to thank all of my extraordinary Patreon supporters, including Isaac S. Thank you, Isaac. If you appreciate the work I do and enjoy my videos, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, starting at a $1 a month. Not only will you help make videos like this possible, but you will also gain access to some exclusive content and be able to vote on future games I review. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, everybody, especially when driving from the behind the wheel perspective.